Hey, yo, Red, you remember the record?
What record you talking about, man?
I'm talking about Hip Hop Hooray by Naughty by Nature.
Of course, man. That's such a great record, man.
Hell fucking yeah, dude.
Hells yeah, man. Hells yeah.
Yo, what up, Cornerstoners? My name is Johnny Warbucks, and I am here with Kalishnikov Red, and welcome to our 7th installment of Remember the Record. Today, we're going to be talking about the hit classic Hip Hop Hooray, which first
Hip Hop Hooray,
which was first released as a single back in December 10th, 1992. But before we start talking about Hip Hop Hooray, man, let's quickly ask you, Red, what have you been listening to recently, man?
Ooh, man. So, you know, I obviously, besides what I'm listening to, Naughty by Nature, and trust me, I've been listening to it a lot. It's one of my favorite groups. So, but I was listening to the Beatnuts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, Beatnuts is stone crazy.
Stone crazy, man. That's
my album.
Well, that and my favorite songs.
Was that the one that had "Do You Believe in God"?
Yeah. And that and my favorite song's the one with Dead Prez.
Yo, Look Around.
Look Around, man.
Yo, that's a record.
Yep.
That's a record that a lot of people don't really know, but I wish more people had heard that one, man. Yo,
we'll cover it. We'll cover it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be talking about it. We're definitely going to talk about Dead Prez.
Yep.
Beatnuts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, man, all of this Naughty by Nature, you know, for this episode, led me back down into like that early '90s shit. So I have this playlist called like my favorite era of hip hop, right?
The golden era.
Yeah, dude. And so like all these records that have this kind of sound to it that are like the big ones, you know. So like, you know, Guru Mass Appeal,
great.
You know, J. Rue the Damager,
great.
Far Side,
so many.
Black Sheep, all them records, man. Yeah, I mean, I could go on forever. It's a pretty healthy playlist.
You listen to his playlist for real. Like he's got good playlists. Like anything that we talk about, he's got them. But besides that, he's also got like theme playlists, Halloween ones that I like.
Yeah, I like the Halloween joint. How much you want to bet that's gonna drop in some?
Oh, you know it.
Probably this year, man. I mean, let's just try to take a gander at when we might decide to talk about that. Yo, what up? This is Johnny Warbucks. I'm a Kalishnikov Red.
Yes.
And we're on the ones and twos, cutting in from the future, man. You know, it didn't work. So the thing that we're trying to do, we're gonna punch it in later on, and we're gonna get it right. So I want to hit y'all with the stats so that y'all can hear it clearly. You know, it's good research, and it's important to hear all this stuff. So listen, we're talking about Naughty by Nature. That's Tretch, Ben Rock, and DJ KG. All from East Orange, New Jersey. They're originally known as the New Style until Queen Latifah coined their name after watching them kind of roughhouse play around. She was like, "Man, you boys are just naughty by nature," and the rest is history, right? You know, Hip Hop Hooray was recorded February 1992. Date of the single release was December 10th, 1992, with the B-side, The Hood Comes First.
Wait, 92? That means I was 10.
Yo, man, I'm trying to say, like, man. I mean, again, when I heard the song, I was mad young before getting into all that shit. But anyway, look, first album appearance was 1993. That was released February 23rd, 1993. It was one of those albums that had mad delays. And they actually had to like rename. It was named 1992, and so they actually had to change some stuff for the album because of its release.
Did not know that.
Recorded at Unique Recording Studios NYC, that's located near Times Square. It was founded by Bobby Nathan and Joanne Giorgio Nathan from 1978 to 2004. Look, this studio, man. So notable albums recorded here: Africa Bambaata's Planet Rock.
Damn.
Queen Latifah's Black Rain.
Damn.
Run DMC's Tougher Than Leather and Down with the King.
Damn.
Ice-T's Rhyme Pays. Tupac Me Against the World. Nas's Illmatic.
Shit.
Junior Mafia Conspiracy. Mobb Deep The Infamous.
Damn, man.
Big Pun Capital Punishment.
That's a great album.
Black Star album.
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature's second album. Like this.
Yo, I gotta go to that studio.
Man, dude, we can take me to Times Square.
I gotta record that.
Take me to Times Square.
Shit, man. That's tight.
Yo, so it was released on Tommy Boy Records through Warner Brothers. Completely produced by DJ KG. Written by Naughty by Nature. There is additional song credits by the Isley Brothers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. I'll explain that. So, like, song is 4 minutes and 26 seconds long. A lot of samples here. So the first thing we hear is "Give It Up for Naughty by Nature," which was actually taken from a live recording of OPP, which was featured on the "Everything's Gonna Be Alright" Ghetto Bastard single release.
Yeah. I remember hearing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they took that piece and used that in the intro, and then the next thing you hear is that sort of that wind instrument. Like,
yeah.
All right, so that's from 1984. It's from Emu Systems. Shakuhachi Emulator 2 sound library, most likely was taken actually from Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can hear that. I hear that.
Right. And then the main part of the song is from the Isley Brothers, right?
Oh, really?
So the Isley Brothers had that hit 1975, "Make Me Say It Again, Girl" Parts 1 and 2.
So I don't think I heard the original song. Did they?
So when you listen to it, I mean, I think what KG does is he pitches it and he speeds it up a little bit, but it's the instrumental from the very beginning of the song, and they loop that for the entire song. That's the main beat that you hear in Naughty by Nature's Hip Hop Hooray.
Yeah, I love that. I love all these facts, man.
This stuff is always so fucking good, man. 5 Stair Steps from 1968 record, "Don't Change Your Love." That drum beat that sounds like the trash cans.
Yeah.
That's from that. And then let's see. And then you also hear James Brown's 1974 hit "Funky President." "People It's Bad."
Damn.
So the hi-hat, the part right at the very beginning of the song.
How many samples we got?
Dude, it's a lot, man. I think this one's probably the most interesting. So in the background, you can actually hear Sylvia Striplin's 1981 hit "You Can't Turn Me Away." So you know that part in Junior Mafia's "Get Money" where you hear the woman go, "Hey, hey,
yeah.
So they sample just the hey. You can hear it in the background. It's really cool. And then towards the ending, you'll hear Tretch say, "Smooth it out now." Right. That was actually from the previous album from "Everything's Gonna Be Alright."
Yeah.
You heard him say that, right? Yeah.
And now I gotta hear the song again, man.
I'm telling you, man. And if you go to the playlist that I made on Spotify, you hear, the single, and then the singles of the album. And then the remixes, but then also like all of the songs that are sampled, followed by the instrumental.
Listen to that. Listen to his playlist. For producers out there, it's always good to hear where his samples come from, and so on and so forth. So I like to listen to it just so I know where this comes from, and what part that comes from, and so on and so forth.
We dig. Yeah. We dig in the crates over here.
Yeah.
It's all about that study, man. It just opens up your ear to so much more great music, and those songs on there are dope. Certifications. It's platinum single, platinum album. All right. On the charts, it was number 8 U.S. Billboard Hot 100, number 9 Billboard Dance Club Songs, number 1 Billboard Dance Single Sales, and then number 1 Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs of number 3 Billboard Hot Rap Songs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they're everywhere. That song is everywhere.
Right. So check it out. Hip Hop Hooray has been featured on The Simpsons. It's in the video game Rayman Raving Rabbids. Hip Hop Hooray is played at the Yankee Stadium whenever they score a home run, and at the New Jersey Devils whenever they win a home game. It broke the record for most played hip hop song at the Olympics. It's also played by DJs who spin it during warm-ups at concerts and festivals.
Didn't they play it in pep rallies in our high school?
Yeah, dude, they would do it at pep rallies, pep rallies, stadiums, clubs, karaoke bars, frat parties, house parties, cookouts. Well, let's talk about it.
See, who would have known that these heads right here would have had such an impact on everything in school and the sports and bars and parties and weddings.
I mean, just everywhere. The song is...
All right, so... Okay.
All right.
My first introduction to my own proper... I have my own money here. I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy my own album for the first time is Naughty by Nature and Ghetto Boys.
That's dope, man.
So my it's interesting. I was talking to John about my whole rap career. right? And how like at one point I rapped a certain way, and today I rap another way.
Yeah.
And like when I rapped at the beginning, it was like I rap, I'm cool, I'm fat, I'm jacked, like that, right? But like as time progressed, I'm like, it's I be the communist forever, pissed, started this war with guns and fists, right? So it's got like that whole right? And like I gotta say that like both my dark lyrics and my like jumping around flow wise comes from these two albums.
Yeah.
From Ghetto Boy, Scarface with his dark, and Bushwick Bill with his real dark ass shit. And then Naughty by Nature, Tretch with his and the wordplay. And I didn't realize, I didn't come into consciousness about this until just recently when we started talking about doing this project here, because I realized, yeah, I didn't flow like that, but that was my first album. So subconsciously now I've evolved to that type of flow. And I'm not saying in no way possible form that I'm as good as Tretch, because Tretch is amazing to me.
Fucking beast.
But my flow is influenced a lot by his my current flows. So this album, well, not this album. I didn't buy this album, the one we're talking about. I bought just Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, the first self-titled album.
Yeah. But they've always been like since my get-go to like right now, one of my favorite groups, one of my favorite flowers. The whole attitude persona of Tretch, the whole image, all that shit, man, with the baseball bat.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. So I personally, again, I mean, and I've said this 1,000 times on this, but like I was a late bloomer into rap. And so like my first experience, the thing that like the bug that caught me was Coolio's Gangster's Paradise. That was the first thing I heard that really gave me the bug. But before that, on it's either got to be BET, VH1, MTV. It's one of them. Right?
Back in the day when they used to play music,
they would play music videos. Like, and there was a day either like before school or before bed. I don't remember, man. But I see this video, and I would argue that the video is the exact same genesis of the addiction to the culture and hip hop music and the vibes as Gangster's Paradise was. Because I remember seeing it and liking the song, but not really knowing what I was listening to. And just being like, this is fucking bananas. Yeah. Like the video was like just really like of all of these like early, when you're talking about like tropes, like they had the tropes, man. Yeah. And for me, like it just really struck a chord with me. And as far as long term goes, a cat like Tretch, his rhyme pattern is hands down like embedded in like my psyche.
Oh
like,
yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's him. That's him. All right.
So like I'm a freestyler, and when you listen to Hip Hop Hooray, and he's like, a lot of afraid of man away, like that whole like, like when I'm freestyling over a beat, I'm very much like always just like when it's time for me to be able to flow, I do it moving through the music, they thinking that they could do it like it's always this kind of like bouncy thing that I try to capture. And what I just realized, like while listening to this whole like project, was like, damn, man, when I'm freestyling, I'm freestyling like Tretch. A lot of people always thought I was like, because it's fast. They're like, I was trying to rap like Bone or Twister or one of them. I think deep down inside, I was trying to rap like Tretch.
Look, as long as I know this guy, like me and him used to flow back in the day, and this and that, and everybody was like, boom, 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 boom. I always thought it was more Tretch. More Tretch, right?
And I didn't see it at the time because this was a group that I always adored and I always respected, right? But it was one that I never was like, I'm going to dig into the crates and study these guys. And so this was a really great chance because, I mean, the singles are iconic.
Man.
Those records are a part of, like, my makeup, you know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, this was something that, like, I don't know. I just never bought one of the albums. I feel terrible. I mean, I got them now. Blasphemy. But now I've studied, hey, I mean, the new style. Did you guys ever listen to that? So, I mean, hate all you want, man. I've been digging. I dig. I dig in the crate.
No, he does his homework. Look at this guy. 4 fucking sheets over here, man.
It said when I went to go print it today, it said you got 7 pages. I made it double-sided, so if I get a little sloppy.
No, but yeah, what's interesting about this though, although we're doing Hip Hop Hooray, this song wasn't one that caught me. The one that caught me was Ghetto Best.
Yeah, that's I remember when you first. You played that for me. You were like, I was in your car, probably in front of your house. You're like, yo, just listen to this real quick. Yeah. That's a real ass record. That's a real ass video.
And I remember I saw that video like it had to be like going into 6th grade or the 6th grade going into 7th grade. But man, like after that, I mean, at the same time that video came out, you also had OPP and you also had Hip Hop Hooray like right after, like right in the same like year.
Uptown Anthem was all like
So like I heard all of these, but that Everything's Gonna Be All Right is the first one that caught my ear. But after that, it was just like, yo, I got into it, and I went further into it, to the point where it was like, New York craziest, the craziest.
Yeah. You don't say, hey, you say Virginia is the craziest too in that, by the way.
Yep.
VA in the building.
But also something that I do want to add to Tretch in particular. So since I grew up with the whole hip hop thing, like going back in the day, like I grew up watching a couple shows and a couple movies that were hip hop orientated, not just like, Crush Groove or not Beat Street, not just those other things.
Just ones that had hip hop heads doing their business.
Yeah, and like Oz, for instance,
right.
Or like a New York Undercover or Rock or all these shows, and I started seeing a lot of these rappers being actors. You know what I mean? Like before the movies, before Tupac, before any of that stuff, they were in shows, in sitcoms. LL Cool J had his own sitcom. They had
man, like half of them cats were on fucking Martin,
right? So you had a whole rack in our. It was like so when I saw Tretch on Oz, when I saw Tretch on New York Undercover, when I saw Tretch in like the movie Meteor Man with Cypress Hill, I was just like, damn, like so.
He pop up in Juice too.
In Juice, right. So you see like his evolution, and I gotta give him mad props. I think he might have been one of the first ones really to like go into the whole acting career. I might be wrong, but like to the point where he's doing movies with like, it just Tretch is great, man. Tretch is great as an MC, as the image, as everything. And what's interesting in the shows that he does, he acts like who you think Tretch is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
scary. I mean, talk about like an intimidating,
like a scumbag.
Like he's just grimy. Yeah. Yo, and that actually is another thing I wanted to talk about a bit. Is about like that whole crossover thing. So I'm looking over, some of the history on this, and what? It just kind of dawns on me. Like when Naughty by Nature came out with OPP, Hip Hop Hooray, like at this time, there isn't a lot of pop success in hip hop outside of something that you would expect. MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, maybe even like some Mix-a-Lot. Like these were cleaner looking dudes, right?
Loke, yeah.
It was a very clean look, and it was very poppy.
There was no thugs, no thugs.
Right, and so these guys come out with this platinum record, and they've got this music video that's in circulation. And they're what? They're like in a fucking junkyard. They got bats
with machetes.
Machetes. And so like and wearing Timberlands and like it was even in this record. There's one joint, Hot Potato, where at the ending of it you hear like Freddie Fox. He's like, man, ain't no commercial shit around here, man. It's underground shit right here. Like they really went out of their way to separate.
And they carried it all the way through
their whole thing.
Yeah, and then like they did it perfectly, because even like at the times, like all the times they came out, like sometimes it was good to be hard, sometimes it wasn't good to be hard, but they were always hard.
They were always tough.
But at the same time, they had some jams.
They had that pop appeal, Jamboree.
Yeah, Jamboree. And
you hear that? That's like just like Feel Good Barbecue.
Feel Me Flow.
Feel Me Flow. Summer banger. Feel Me Flow. If we weren't going to do this record, we were going to do Feel Me Flow July or something.
I think Naughty is the hardest, and also has like the summer records.
You know what I'm saying? They balanced between like keeping it in that like street mentality, so that like MCs would get they would appreciate. Not to mention just the way this dude was ripping, Tretch in particular.
Man.
But when we talk about the GOAT conversation, why is he never in the top 5?
I don't even know.
Why is he never in the top 10?
I don't understand.
Is he in your top 5? Is he in your top 10?
Look, Big Daddy Kane and Tretch, he's definitely my top 5.
Yeah.
But Big Daddy Kane and Tretch are like the
you can hear that like almost like direct connection too between Big Daddy Kane and Tretch. Like there's a lot of bars like
There wouldn't be your boy Eminem if it wasn't no Tretch.
Well, yeah. He does it, yo. And if you guys haven't seen it, like just Google like Eminem appreciates Tretch or whatever.
He sent me the link. I didn't watch
it.
Yeah, I know this. I know this. I know already.
Hater.
I know.
But yo, I mean, but I will argue that Eminem is probably the only dude I've seen online that's an MC that has like really given his flowers to the dude, you know, on a degree that Tretch gave his flowers to Tupac. A lot of people gave props to Tupac,
but not like Tretch.
Nobody
not like Tretch.
Like you could feel
he really
that
like,
bond and that friendship and that love.
You can feel the pain, you know.
And like what more you tell I join you? Like in an interview, he was talking about how he cried through writing it, and he cried through making the video. And so there's a scene in the video where you see tears coming down his face that wasn't rehearsed. They just like stopped and took a video.
Like their friendship was really fucking like this, like hardcore.
I would argue unlike anybody else like in the game, like there was a lot of heads that are always up and down with Pac since day one and all that stuff. You know, maybe the Outlaws because those were like his homies, but the Tretch was the dude. Tretch was the dude. I want to quickly talk about the music video because I know that we kind of gave a little thing about that. But this is really interesting stuff. So, like, look, the music video was directed by Spike Lee.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
I didn't know that. How did I miss that?
See, I love Spike Lee like a motherfucker.
Yo,
I don't know this.
Yo, isn't that wild, dude?
That's fucking crazy.
And so this is the other part that really gets me. He also directed Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5's White Lines video.
Get the fuck out of here.
He did Public Enemy's Fight the Power.
Okay, I can see that. But
Michael Jackson's They Don't Care About Us.
Damn.
And this is you're gonna be like, what? Eminem's Headlights.
All right, I'm mad.
I'm mad. Spike Lee did an Eminem joint. A Spike Lee Eminem joint. I had to do. But but isn't that crazy though? He's put in some work on some music video.
I had no idea.
So that part, I mean, I was like, we gotta say that. All right. So like 90s hip hop as fuck, right? We got junkyards, chain link fences. We have massive posses, men, women, and children. Have children just dancing, having a great time. We got banging on buckets for drums. We got hanging out on a broken basketball hoop. We got fake out drive-bys turned into water gun shootouts.
I remember that. He's like,
they all roll up on. They bring out the pin. All of them, including the dudes on the corner, got the water guns. Yo, big club performance. We got smoking hot music video models. Literally taking their panties off and washing them in the sink. Because they watching Tretch.
Because they so wet.
Yo, so from that Tretch, my God. Naughty by Nature branded everything. Hats, shirts, jackets, baseball bats that say Naughty by Nature, bed sheets that say Naughty by Nature, concert stage lights that they're standing on, boxers that say Naughty by Nature, like the fuck everything. Like if that is not branding, man. Cameos up the ass. You got Queen Latifah, Moni Love, the youngsters. You got Criss Cross, Run DMC, Eazy-E makes a cameo. And here's the interesting part, because when I first watched the video again on YouTube, I was like, I know Eazy-E is in this video, but he wasn't in the video. So Tommy Boy released a second version of this video where they just took him out. It's on Tommy Boy's official page.
That's interesting.
So if you watch the Hip Hop Hooray video on the Tommy Boy joint, Eazy-E isn't there.
That's interesting.
But if you watch the one on Naughty by Nature's video, their page.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I can't find any reason. I can't online. I tried to get that for y'all.
Is it because it's two record labels?
It might be. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it was like the other guys. That was Flavor Unit and all them youngsters was a part of that.
Yeah, because they were all in
the native tongues.
Yeah, but they were all in the Who's the Man movie.
Yeah.
The youngsters Run DMC. So maybe it's like they got that. Record labels.
There was a rumor that Tupac was originally in the video, but I haven't seen in any of the videos Tupac. I haven't seen that. He was in Uptown Anthem.
There was a rumor that Eminem was in the video.
Yeah, Eminem when he was like a little baby. He was like just sitting there, just like staring at Tretch. Somehow, white people always got to bring Eminem into the fucking conversation. Yo, that's so funny, dog. You got any favorite lyrics from the album?
Oh man, so
not the album, but the record.
Well, I mean, from the album and the record, I do, but it's just, I love Tretch, but you gotta slow.
You gotta read his shit.
So it's hard for me to be like.
What were we talking about? He be like making up words.
Yeah, so like.
I'm gonna flim the slam the thin chim.
Yeah, it's like Diggity Daz effects with bump, but not really, because this is like. he'll use words that like, why'd you put that word there? You know what I mean? Like I am this that because I stick with this that and I rip with this that and it's like, why I see why you put stick and rip, but I'm just like, come on, like use a word that I don't know, but I still fucks with him. I still fucks with his flow. So for me to say, there's segments of favorite verses,
right,
but there's not a favorite
like whole jam. Yeah. So like with Hip Hop Hooray, like I got. I mean, just the opening bar Vinny does. You drew a picture of my morning, but you couldn't make my day. Hey, dude, I don't know why I fucking just like you drew a picture of my morning, but you never made my day. That's a clever ass bar, particularly in 93, 92. Then Tretch comes in and he's like, afraid of what I made a play, plus a funky fits. He just flips and tricks before the music and the monkey pit. Even reading it, it's like, damn,
it's hard
this
to read
shit.
it. Yeah.
And I'm the one that does this.
Yeah.
You know, like. And then I like that. I don't know why, but like, even when I was very first hearing this record, but that part where he's like, "I did your partner because she's hot as a baker, because I'm naughty by nature,
not because I hate you."
Yo, I don't know. Oh, that shit always sticks around. Then he comes in with he does this one flip in the joint that I thought was really sick, where he's like, feeling how Illtown John smiles to frown, snatch your crowns with clowns, beat downs and found, don't know me, don't come around. That shit is fucking dumb. And then from like again, he's like, we do our homework out here. So when he's like, that's right, my fight is ill. Peace goes out to LONS and Quest, nice and smooth in Cypress Hill. Again, this is when I was just getting into rap, right? And so the things that I picked up on, check it out.
Naughty by Nature, Cypress Hill.
Yeah. Yo, and that was from Meteor Man?
That was from Meteor Man.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that actor, but he's the main actor and he's like famous actor. I forgot his name. But
yeah. So I mean, of course, I'm like, all right. So what are they talking about? You know, I mean, because I used to, and you know this, I used to like have a folder where I printed out all these lyrics, right? Mm-hmm. And I really, really liked Naughty by Nature. So when I printed out the lyrics, I'm like, LONS, what the hell is that? You know, and I'm like, what is that? And I had to like start looking around and figuring it out because the internet wasn't there.
No.
And so I had to dig to figure out LONS as Leaders of the New School, right? And that's what led me into like, you know, Quest, and he says Quest, and I realized that Leaders of the New School and Quest are on a record together, right? So now I'm hearing Scenario for my first time, and now I'm digging into Tribe Called Quest, you know, and then that's how, you know, and then you find out about Native Tongues, you get into like, the whole thing, right? And so it's a ripple effect. Cypress Hill, same shit. So you get into Cypress Hill, you start learning about, you know, Psycho Realm, Funk Dubious, all those cats, right? Like, and it's because of, you know, one song and just one shout out where like a mind that's still like that's just thirsty and hungry for this is like, I want more. I trust these guys. So I'm gonna find out what they're talking about.
That's the beauty of hip hop.
That's hip hop, man.
That's the beauty of hip hop.
That's real hip hop. This whole song is real hip hop.
Yeah, I mean hip hop array. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, so there are certain songs out there that are like you got your hip hop anthems. And you know, one could argue, you know, I said a hip hop, the hip. That's
but that's also like, oh no, I don't want to go pop. Like that's a little too happy,
right? But
too poppy. America, we love you.
But America, we love you. But okay, you will say no. But Naughty by Nature though, like I do feel like Hip Hop Hooray is. I mean, you also have Dead Prez. It's all bigger than hip hop. Another great one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great anthem.
Yeah, another great one. But this has
the LL Cool J one we talked in the other episode.
Yep.
I need hip hop.
Yep. But this has to be. I think
this is the one
quintessential.
If you make a playlist that's like called Hip Hop Dedication Records, it's the very first one.
Yeah.
On everyone, or it's the last one. One way or another, it's the standout, right? Mm-hmm. Like you ain't messing around with that, dude. What about some of the other records on the album? Dude?
Oh boy. All right. So
we got like Ready for Them with Heavy D.
All right. Well, okay. So for me, like, okay, it's a hard choice for me, man, because there's some really great songs on this record. Like,
well, before we go into which one we prefer, because we'll do that in the game. We'll do that in the fucking game.
You son of a bitch.
The people just want to fucking hear they just want to hear what else is on the goddamn record.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't be messing the fucking flow up, man. Feel me flow, man.
You fucking fuck you.
No. Okay, so I mean, like, Ready for Them. I thought Heavy D was nasty on it.
Yeah, of course.
There was
Heavy D's nasty. Period. I mean, he doesn't get much love, man. But Heavy D's always been one of my guys, man.
What was that one line?
Girls, they love me. Something. Heavy D.
Yo, Tretch said this one line on that record. How did it go, man? It was like, "Who be the next to get got? Drip drop, prom like my buyer. The wrong man to marry, but I'm gonna carry Mariah."
What? That reminds me of something here.
Me and Mariah
go back like babies and pacifiers.
Hey, Dirt Dog, no liar.
Got that woo, 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 woo.
All right, ODB, man. Yo, but no, that one's tight. I like these Rotten Rascals is apparently the proteges.
I'd never heard of them before.
And So apparently they're like, when they eventually created their own imprint, Illtown Records.
You can hear it though.
Boom, yeah, they sound a lot like Tretch.
Yeah.
And again, Freddie Fox on Hot Potato is fucking dumb.
Hold up, before you even get to that, right? Just give me 5 minutes of this little topic here. What do you think between Vinny and Tretch as sounding together, as flowing together, as dynamic together?
I think that, I mean, without Vinny, there's no Naughty, hands down. I understand, like, when I was doing all this research, particularly back when they were called the New Style and stuff. On the New Style, on that album, you hear a lot of Vinny, but it wasn't until the Naughty by Nature album where Vinny doesn't have a lot of verses, right? So he's playing the role of like
a send dog,
right? Like 100%. He's more of the hype man for when they do the shows and stuff. But when you hear the dude spit,
oh yeah, man,
I think he's got the flow.
He's got the flow.
He's got some great like little one-liners throughout like everything I've heard.
But he doesn't get the look,
dude.
He doesn't.
So I ain't gonna lie. We were talking about this a little bit off camera, but. And then this is not, dude. We love, mad props and respect to Vinny. We love you. Without no Vinny, we wouldn't be doing this podcast.
You compare Tretch.
It's tough. But like Vinny, why does Vinny like look like? What did I say? Why does he look like a youth club coach? Like a youth coach. Like
Tretch looks like he's being the one
counselor. He's the one being counselor. I didn't even put that together. Yeah, in the video, like even in Hip Hop Hooray, he's like got like the sweater, like the Bill Cosby dad thing, and here's Tretch. He's got like the rag over his face. He's got a bag. He's just like doing this shit, and then he's just like. Oh, that's funny.
I love Vinny.
Vinny's awesome.
I love his voice. I think he's got great dynamic with Tretch. I think it wouldn't be, like you said, it wouldn't be Naughty without him.
Yo,
come on.
What happened there? Yeah, I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
I could sit here and make fun of dude all I want, man. I ain't him.
Unfortunately, though, there is this on and off going beef between Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, like we were lucky to see Tretch live, but we would have wished to see Naughty by Nature.
So I will admit that I was lucky enough, right? So what was that? It was a George Mason. Bone Thugs and Harmony was performing.
See this fucking guy, man.
Bone Thugs and Harmony was performing, and so I went. That's why I went there. So that's why I went there, man. Was to see Bone, but opening for them was Naughty by Nature. And what was funny is like when I was in the crowd, they did Hip Hop Hooray, and it's the whole crew. There were two parts that were funny about it. One, I'm rapping the song, right? And some dude next to me was like, "Wow, man, you know all the fucking words." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking fan, man. Like that's why I'm here, man. Fucking Naughty by Nature, dude. Wait till you hear the Bone shit." And then two, at one point during the whole production, they go, "All right, who out here is an MC? Who can spit?" And the entire crowd gets crazy. And all my people are like, "Yo, this is your shot. And get up there." And I'm so far in the back of the crowd. There is no fucking way. If we were closer up front, I would have been on that stage. I would have been on that stage doing what I did back then. Shit, I would have fucking owned that shit, dude. I'm so upset about it. I really am.
I never knew this.
I swear to
we've
God,
been friends. But this, you see how he treats me?
Oh my God.
Because I'm brown.
No, my God.
No.
It's the internet, man. Stop it.
No. I wish I would have had that experience.
Yo, I went with Joe Minato in it.
Of course.
Why do I say full name? Why do I say government name on the record? Man, edit that out, man.
This
we
guy,
don't know.
This
I don't
guy.
know that dude.
No, but no, like I was lucky to see Tretch, and you know, Tretch was. I just wish it was Nani, but Tretch carried it, man.
Yeah, I mean, on the shows that we saw when we got to see Tretch, dude, like he owned it. What was that? Where were we at, man? Was that Wolf Trap?
Yeah, we were Wolf Trap. Yeah,
that was another one of the hip hop all stars.
Yeah. We're like putting all our information out there.
I know, you know exactly where we live. You know who our friends are, man. Internet, come at us. Wait, there ain't nothing to take. There ain't nothing to take over here, man.
There ain't nothing to take that they haven't already taken from me. No, man, no, but for reals. Yeah, going back to these the lyric or the tracks on the album.
The tracks on the album, man. So also okay, so like Freddie Fox comes in and does like a banger collab with which it was just him and Tretch going back and forth.
Yep.
Cold song Hot Potato, and they like basically pass the hot potato. They do four verses, 4 potatoes. I don't know why he said it like that. It's just one potato that you pass it back and forth.
4 potatoes.
And you pass it twice. That's what happened. You pass the potato.
Can't do the math.
Why you got 4 potatoes?
Can't do the math.
It's a hot potato. You gotta get rid. You can't just be like just juggling potatoes. Like
I dropped it.
Drop that potato. No, but that record is super sick. On Sleeping on Jersey, you got Queen Latifah. Yeah, she's singing.
Yeah.
And that's a familiar sample. Like what she is singing is a piece of something, man.
You know, I gotta say, for me, like there's a couple on that album that I was just like really, damn, like some, and the way they rip it and the way they break down the lyrics and the beats and the samples.
Yeah, it's for that era. For that era, it's like raw early 90s.
Yeah.
You know, since we're at this like time before we get into like the games and stuff, because this is all about all the different records. I think I need to bring something else up. Did you know that this is a very heavy heavy record?
Who?
This album,
Hip Hop Hooray?
No, Hip Hop Hooray. Traditionally, for whatever reason, all these like happy songs that we find seem to be dissing heads left and right. You know? like, but this is I'm talking about 1993. Did you know that he was like taking jabs at heads?
No.
I got a whole bunch of. You're gonna be shocked by this, man. So like, look. You see what I'm saying? Look, this is Tretch was going in. Vinny even said some stuff, but it's mostly Tretch here. Check this out. All right, the first song is 1993, right? On 1993, he's doing a little sneak diss to the Shantae, Roxanne Shantae.
Really?
Little sneak. In defense of dissing Queen Latifah because she went out and did that. You know?
Yeah.
So this one is a little. This one, you know, is you could probably debate it, but. Dude, just think about it. So he's like, past hoes have no place to roam, they alone. So find them on the asses, send the hoes home, and best not have an attitude. If you ever hoe with an attitude, if I stomp you, that should flatter you. Never diss the flavor unit, because we'll do a battle. You punch it out of you. They might want to battle you. We got tricky he's for tricky she's. We got Law, Salt and Pepper, Yo-Yo, Light, and Nikki D. Notice that? So he's like, this is what we got.
Yeah.
You all alone on this. Yeah. And they come figure in the Higgy G. And how your lost ass was found is still a fucking mystery. Yo, so that's quiet. Yeah. That's a little more like maybe. But like, check this out. He takes a jab at Twisted. He disses Twisted.
On this
album, he disses Twisted. He disses Twisted twice.
Okay.
So the reason why is because Twisted and actually Bone Thugs and Harmony were just kind of coming up, and he felt like they were ripping his style.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. Like in this album, because like they were just coming up. Like
Okay. And so in the song "Sleeping on Jersey." Tretch says, I put a few blows in cargo so you could tongue twist your ass back to Chicago.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely, tongue twister.
Yeah.
And then on The Hood Comes First, which was the B-side of this single. Yeah. So this is like how they introduced like their group for those who hadn't heard the first album. You know, so you get Hip Hop Hooray, and then on the other side, you hear Tretch saying, there's lots of thick blonde broads, big strong ones, tricks on board, and lots of quick tongue frauds. A lot of are sitting on my tip like foreskin, rapping quicker, more often, and bringing more friends or orphans to a style of their own, flow they could own, so they creep the clone and get the bone.
Oh.
So Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Last 3 fucking goddamn.
So when Bone Thugs and Harmony first came out, before they got in with Eazy-E, they had the very first single was called Flow Motion. and Flow Motion was about rapping really, really fast, right? That was a whole bit.
I wonder why you feel me flow.
So yeah, so and that's and it's possible. Yeah, it's possible because even right here, he even says that he's like Flow they could own, right? So he's to a style that they own, Flow they could own, but then Creep the Clone and Get the Bone. So Creep and On a Come Up was the EP that they released. Now this is still debatable because when Creeping on a Come Up came out, it came out in '94. This came out in '93, and this was also a record that was delayed, and they started recording it in '92. So a lot of people are like, "Yeah, maybe it's not that might be a stretch."
That's lyrical,
but that is fucking specific.
Yeah, that's really.
And Bone was recording Creeping on a Come Up in '93. So there's potential that was circulating already.
But that's line after line.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There's no way that's not ironic, dude. Vinny takes a jab at MC Hammer. For going pop regarding his declining fame and also separating their success from his claiming they are not pop because a lot of people were trying to be like you're another MC Hammer or all that because of your poppy records. Right. I heard the Running Man. All right, you heard the Running Man. That's a dance. Right. I heard the Running Man. Now you're running out of fans. I jam with Mike the Man to watch your mouth sell ham with a heavy ready to expand. We never sell out. The only way we sold out, we sell out the shows and we yell out, "Oh!" So he's talking about like how Running Man. That was like one of the dances that MC Hammer were doing in the music videos, you know. And so he's just trying to do that separation there. Tretch's last verse, going back to the Hood Comes First, is completely dedicated to Roxanne Shante and Defensive Queen Latifah. Did you know this?
No, man.
Hearing there's a horny girl getting back at rap, screaming she's Mama the Mac, right? That was that one diss record she put out where she's dissing all of them. Licking cracks for tracks. There's only one queen, Latifah. That's that. The days when I was bitching and the other 20 on your back. No, now you wonder why you got jacked. Because if you diss one member of the flavor, the whole unit's coming back. Remember that, or get trapped by the pack. It's black, so hide your gas.
I like that. Licking cracks for tracks.
And, I mean, for Roxanne, there were some scandals, dude. X Clan gets dissed. X Clan fucking gets dissed. So apparently during this time, I know. So apparently, like KRS-One had like an altercation with X Clan about like X Clan was in either an interview or on the record, kind of saying that he's like this fake philosopher kind of thing. Like he's over labeling himself or whatever. Tretch was really tight and good friends with KRS-One.
This is one thing that I gotta say about Tretch and Naughty. Like they are loyal.
They go hard
and they will defend their friends, and you don't see that much in rap. It's either like you attack me, I attack you. You're attacking my.
Because you'll interview your boys, and they'll be like, "Man, that's their own thing. You keep me out of it, right?" But he's just like, "I'm ready to go. I'm gonna say something."
Even like what was it like Cypress Hill versus West Side Connection? Like Dub C didn't want to.
Dub C stayed out of that.
And Sendog didn't want to do it.
Damn, somebody got fucked up. That was all he. That was his participation.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But I love that Tretch is like, I'm gonna ride for you, man.
What did he say about you? Give me a second.
That's tight.
So, what song was that? Only Ones. Yeah, we the only ones. All right. So you ought to shave. You ought to shave from your nose to your navel because the knots under your chin look like they come under the table. Yo, and that's straight up. That's Jizzabar right there. You say you're down with the fight, then hey, your ass back to Africa right now, yo. And he also like later on in the record, I remember hearing him saying like you should have painted that White House black. Like there's a whole bunch of like little jabs there. So like he's just doing a little call out. And then they get extra Mix-a-Lot. This is Vinny that does this. Vinny gets a Mix-a-Lot because in an interview, Sir Mix-a-Lot said something like the East Coast rappers, they only sample. They don't actually produce anything. So he's like, that's how East Coast rappers are. Like they only sample things. They never produce. Like they're not fresh. And so he's like, and so Vinny goes, never call you sir. Who gives a damn if you mix a lot? East Coast get the props. Producers rock you not. Baby ain't got back. Baby got black. That's why you see the black baby and you respect that. Like,
the black baby, you respect that.
Yo. So that I don't know, dude. I mean, when I was listening to it. Like it's just like one piece after. I was like, wait a minute, did he just say something about?
Yeah.
He just said something. I was like, let me dig.
Now I gotta hear Naughty a lot more closely.
Because that's the thing is that Tretch, the way he raps, dude. If you don't sit down and like read some of his shit, like a lot of it does like go way over your head.
It does. But like one of my favorite like lyrics from him. I know it's not from this album or this song, whatever. But I gotta say, is like, it's like I did your mama because I can't even think about it. Let's go. Let's keep going. It's like something with a Jason mask on, fuck Freddy Krueger or something like that, or like I fuck your mama, leave her ass with a bow wow or something. like, but no,
I will say for his nastiest stretches, man, he's got some weird lines on that one on one of those records where he's dissing them. Like he's right before that. He's like. Something like I'm gonna get the win like I was farting.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait, what?
I know, but
catch win like I was farting.
But see, he's
that's like going to hell with a gassed ass.
But he's such a good writer that it doesn't even matter.
I'll blast you by the trash, and then I'll dash and laugh.
No,
boom.
but the best. No, if you want to talk lyrics. And we're gonna cover this guy too later down the road, but like this song, MC Ren, I can't remember the song, but he's like, I took a chair, I threw it over there because a nigga just standing there.
Can you imagine that? Say, man, what? You just, wow.
And then he's like. Something you want to just slap a hoe. Like I'm like, damn, man, MC Ren.
Yo, man, just for no reason, just like that, dog.
Oh man.
Yo, man. Well, listen, man, we're at that time. I think we're gonna need to go ahead and start getting into the games a little bit. Yeah. Let's take a look here. All right, so for the games, man, we are jumping into singles only. All right. So aside from the hit single "Hip Hop Hooray," what other chart-topping single is your favorite by Naughty by Nature, and why?
Can we go more than one?
I think I always say you got to pick one because it makes it easy. It makes it more challenging, man. And oh, man, whatever. You try to screenshot that before all that, man. Dude, what are you doing?
Screenshot this, motherfuckers.
What are you doing?
All right.
So these are the other singles. We got "Scuffing Those Knees." That was as the new style. OPP. Everything's Gonna Be All Right / Ghetto Bastard. Uptown Anthem, it's on. Written on Your Kitten, Craziest, Feel Me Flow, Clap Your Hands, Mourn You Till I Join You, Dirt All By My Lonely. I love Dirt All By My Lonely. Dude. Live or Die, that features like No Limit. It's Master P, Mystical Silk the Shocker, Finesse. You got Zayn on
Zane.
Oh, my bad. No disrespect. Zane on Jamboree. You got Finesse back on Holiday. Then we got Feels Good, Don't You Worry About a Thing. That's got 3LW on the record. Flags, which features Shaheem, and Balawal Muhammad. Perfect Party, which features Joe. Remember Joe back in the day?
Yeah, I remember Joe.
He was like, I don't want to be a player no more.
Yeah, all right, get out of here.
All right. So what's
what do we got here?
What's the single?
What do we got here?
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I mean, the reason I asked for two is because right off the bat, I'm just going to be like, everything's going to be all right. But that's like two on the nose for my particular things, just because it's like, that's the one that I talked about, the first song that I heard from them, what introduced me to that, and this is how I bought the album. So
respect.
Let's put that aside. I have to go with, I mean, a lot of these are like also like versus each other because they're just great.
100%.
But I mean, it's going to be... God damn you!
Yeah, it's a tough one
because there's craziest.
I love crazy.
And then you feel me flow.
Feel Me Flow is disgusting.
Then
OPP is fucking nasty.
Yeah, Uptown Anthem.
Uptown Anthem is nasty.
It's on Mourn You Till I Join. It's so deep, but I just you know what I'm just gonna go with the hardest in my opinion. It's the craziest.
That's your jam. The crazy. Yo, that's kind of interesting.
It's the hardest, and it talks about DC and I'm like
they give us a shout out on the record.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, dude.
I'll go with that.
So that playlist I was talking about, like where I'm like my favorite era of hip hop. Mm-hmm. One of the main songs, like in the top 10, like of that playlist, is Uptown Anthem.
Oh, that's a great song.
That beat is one of the fucking dopest 90s hip hop beats, and that hook was just like, we're going to break,
we got to bash, we got to broke. We gotta smash,
like and just like
the piano,
the piano, dude,
piano.
And just everything about it, dude.
Which brings me to real quick, Listen,
and him and Vinny go back and forth.
Listen to the instrumentation. Listen to how much the piano is used.
Yeah, I mean, if you go and he's talking about like the whole catalog of Naughty by Nature, right?
Yeah.
Like the piano is like their instrument.
Like the very beginning of like like just go. It has so much piano in the whole album.
If I were gonna do the same as you did, because I think that a lot of people were gonna probably expect me to say "Feel Me Flow" because that's like my delivery, like my style of rap, right?
You're right.
Like the way he rips on that is just stupid. Just stupid. And it's like, and this is early, like you know, like 90s, where like when people were spitting at that speed, like he was doing it's like, here's where the bar ends, and like, where am I? This is where the bar ends, and he's just like rapping, and he just rap right over that bar. You know what I mean? Like he would just keep going.
No, that's a great flow, right there.
That's just, I mean, some of his nastiest stuff. For a single, that's like the summertime jam.
Yeah, man.
Feel me flow. Oh.
I remember I think that came out in 6th grade going into 7th grade, I think, or 7th going to 8th. But I'll be honest, I didn't like it that much at that point. I was like, this is too soft. Yeah, just too happy, too soft. I was used to the Ghetto Bastard. I was used to like, you know, Yoke the Joker, like all that stuff. Like, but then, you know, as time went by, I was like, "Feel Me Flow" is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Bar none.
So I mean, guys, you look at that list, and you know, you tell us which one's your favorite, man, because that's a tough one, dude. I mean, it's like you said, they could go either way. And Morning Till I Join You was like so heavy, dude, and it just hits different.
It does.
The further down,
and you know,
in the past it goes.
I'm gonna put it like this. and he's gonna be like, "You hater," you blah blah blah. 3 MCs that I don't think are like
gonna cancel our YouTube page.
Listen, here we go.
This is just his opinion.
It's my opinion. Okay, no, 3 MCs that are good MCs that are, in my opinion, the best MCs.
Right. That a lot of people put in the goats.
Right. They will put in the goats. It's Tupac, Biggie, and them.
Yep.
That's everybody who goes to them as ghosts. I'm not saying they're not good MCs. They are great MCs. They're awesome MCs. But to say
it's not your shit.
It's just, to me, Chino XL is an exquisite MC.
I mean, that dude is fucking disgusting.
You know, to me, Razzcast is an exquisite
Absolutely
MC.
Banger.
Cannabis is an exquisite MC.
Yo.
These people aren't exquisite MCs. They're MCs. So
you're more, it's your technical. You like the technical, but you also, it's about the ear too, because like Eminem does all of those things you just said.
Yeah.
But you just his pitch and a lot of his subject matter.
And then like Tupac, like I have Tupac music, I have Biggie music on my phone. I don't have any Eminem songs, but like, so it's not that I don't like them. I love Brendan Scott a Baby. I love Dear Mama. I love, you know, all that stuff. All those stuff. I love Biggie. Ready to Die.
The whole album.
The You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You.
That's
Great song.
Record. That's on Life After Death.
Yeah, great song, man. Like,
yeah.
So there's no, but like when I hear Mourn You Till I Join You, I feel like I want to cry.
Man, I'm telling you, I mean, when I was doing this show and I was rewatching everything, I was eating lunch while watching these videos again, and I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
I just forgot about it.
And you know, another song,
it's so heavy.
Another song that's like that too, that makes me want to cry. And it's a great song, but it's so, and I hate him for doing it because he became a billionaire off of it.
Oh, you know
what I'm talking
Puffy,
about? Yeah, that's a great song, man. Every time I hear that, I want to cry.
I'll be missing you.
Yeah, like those 2 songs.
There's an album that it's a concept album by Prince Paul called Prince Among Thieves that kind of sometimes makes me feel like there's a parallel to the Puff Daddy Biggie. Yeah. In that, and that's another conversation, and we'll get into that.
You see the cat walking behind us?
Yeah, about ready to knock over my hip hop cup. Like,
what is this guy? He's like right here.
Dude, he is literally. You can't even see him.
You can't see him, but he's literally.
No, there you go. He came right up to you. There's a button. You just stick your finger in.
Hey. It's all good.
All right, so let's get into the
written in your kitty.
written on the kitten. Literally written on the kitten today. All right, so deep cuts real quick. This is aside from the songs that garnered chart positions and our music videos on 1993. What's the record?
1993, man.
1993. The opening record.
Damn.
Yo, that's funny that you say that because I thought it was too on the nose, but it goes in so fucking hard.
So fucking hard, man.
Like as soon as the record starts, you're just like, oh.
Because I was expecting like some kind of like like
I
a
thought it was
skit.
gonna start with hip hop Hooray.
No, I thought it was gonna be like a skit, be like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
talking,
yeah.
but it was
That
like,
beat is dumb as shit,
yeah,
right?
man. Like,
Yo, that's so funny, man. Yo, he goes and he's like ripping.
he rips.
He's ripping.
It. But, and can mind if I see this? This is for
Yeah,
the
so
track
this is what's left. Okay, we got 1993
So,
ready for them with Heavy D, Take It to Your Face. Daddy Was a Street Corner, which I consider like almost like a sequel to Ghetto Bastard.
Yeah.
Hood Comes First, which is the B side of the single. The Only Ones, Credit Click, Knock 'Em Out the Box featuring the Rotten Rascals, their proteges. Hot Potato with Freddie Fox, Sleeping on Jersey featuring Queen Latifah on the hook, Sleepwalking #2 with the shout outs at the end. All right,
okay. Ready for Them is another one that I really fucks
Dude, I just think that like somehow, some way, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it, but like the combination of Heavy D,
I wasn't expecting
and
it.
Tretch is butter.
But you know what though? Heavy D has this reggae thing, and Heavy D rips the fuck out of
That's
this.
what I'm saying. Like he's on par. He's on pace.
But he's got this reggae thing going on. If you listen to his later albums, you'll hear a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
And the same with Chubb Rock, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But so Naughty has a little bit of reggae thing going. Not like they're not Rastas, and this album not in particular, but the next album coming up,
for sure,
have some reggae stuff. So
I mean, you got Queen Latifah on that hook, definitely in that vibe.
Yeah, and then you had like Mad Lion, you had like the Born Jamaicans, you had a whole rack of like that kind of like reggae hip hop sound
from that era,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised, but at the same time I am surprised. Yeah.
I mean, and I felt that way about the Freddie Fox record, Hot Potato. So for me, if I wasn't gonna go with 1993,
I like the concept of that.
I like, what's what's interesting about it is it's nothing new.
No,
two rappers going back and forth. We do that all the time. But half of these rappers, whenever they do a collab, they do the Hot Potato. But it was just how they presented it. They're like, all right, now I'm going to pass the potato, right? And then boom, here comes Freddie Fox, and they are fucking just toe for toe. I would argue that Freddie Fox might even have Tretch on this record.
Yeah, there were spots where I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I think, and we were talking about slept on MCs. Freddie Fox is fucking slept on.
Well, let's talk about slept on producers.
Oh shit! I can't believe we didn't bring this up earlier.
Real quick, there's this picture here.
KG, dude.
Where they have KG interviewed about being a producer. I didn't get to read this article. I want to do this, but I have to say that he is one of the most underrated producers in the game. Period.
You think about every single one of these records that are busting. You know
all of them.
OPP, Uptown Anthem, Ghetto Bastard.
Oh shit! You just go
hip hop right down the list. Like, all of these, right?
Man.
And then probably up until I think Dirt All By My Lonely. I think
Dirt All By My Lonely is such a great one too.
I think the rest of them it starts. No, he did Jamboree.
He did
Jamboree.
Yeah.
But like, but like, it's because they had a rift. It was like financial arguments. KG was the first to leave. Then he gets basically like booted according to the track.
So there's Naughty by Nature now, and then there's Tretch.
Yeah, and Tretch of Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, and it's like Far Side. And then there's Far Side, FARSIDE.
Oh yeah.
So it's not,
it's a shame. I mean, at this point though, like if as current information, if I remember correctly, Tretch has vocalized that he's doing stuff with Vinny, but he says that him and Vin Rock are on strictly business.
Yeah, wow.
So like even if he's doing it for hip hop.
Yeah.
But they aren't really like that anymore.
Yeah,
it's tough, man. That's a tough one, man. I really hate it when this shit happens. It's the industry that fucking does it.
With Tribe, man. Like you remember, like Tribe, like where they broke up at the end and all that.
Bone.
Shit. Yeah, man.
All these groups. Wu-Tang is like somehow still coming together.
But Wu-Tang's also had its issues.
They have a lot of issues. I think we'll talk a bit more about that.
Cypress Hill is like the only one that's like
that's better. That's a better one.
Cypress so far it's been the. I mean,
I haven't heard anything about them having beef with each other.
So.
We have been. I'm not surprised that this is going to be one of those episodes that kind of run, but we have a verses to do still yet. Yeah. I'm gonna put some songs and albums and some peoples against each other. Let's talk about it. So in the verses, we're gonna start with Naughty by Nature, 1993, Poverty's Paradise.
Okay, Naughty. Wait, so this is
what's the best album?
Oh.
What's the best album? So Naughty by Naughty by Nature, you've got what?
Yeah,
you got OPP, you got Ghetto Bastard. I think Uptown's on that.
Yeah.
And then Naughty 3, we got like we got Hip Hop Hooray. We got this record. We got It's On. We got Written on Your Kitten, and the features with Heavy D, Freddie Fox, and them. Poverty's Paradise. That's where Feel Me Flow comes in.
I'm gonna go with Naughty by Nature.
I'm gonna go with Naughty by Nature. This was almost like a gimme for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hip Hop Hooray is the biggest record out of their catalog for me personally because it drew me into this. The whole style, the sound, the video drew me into hip hop the way that Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise did. So for me, that is the record. But when we're talking about you've got OPP, you've got Uptown Anthem, which I would argue is my favorite. Yoke the Joker is the opening record. Yeah, dude.
It's got so many song after song after song on that album. I'm just like, yeah, it just comes correct. Not saying that you don't have that in the other albums, but I'm biased, man. This was my first album, so for me, this was like quintessentially what I evolved into. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So for me, that album is always going to be like that album. And Ghetto Boys will always be my number one albums, like all the time. Like I like Cypress, I love Wu-Tang, I love all that shit. But the most impactful people for me are Scarface. Well, I would say Tretch with the flow, but who else? There's so many influences because musically, I do DJ Muggs.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. That's what my anger is Ice Cube. Old Ice Cube. Some of
the social and political aspects.
Yeah, my political molding was Ice Cube.
Tretch is definitely a mold for me, stylistically. Like there's no denying. I mean, it's so natural to me that when I freestyle, I almost try to. And I'm not saying I rap like Tretch in the sense that like I sound like him or his topics, but just the way he delivers that rapid fire and multi-syllabic compound rhyme structure that you would find from like a Big Daddy Kane.
And how you break it up.
You're
not like just you're like Yep. Like so it's. I mean,
it just like literally, it's like he just kind of like evokes like spiritually into me. I'm not saying I'm Tretch or I rap like Tretch like that, but I'm just saying like that the delivery is just like something that's so involved in my psyche that I can't help but like.
It's your spirit animal.
I go into it's my spirit. Tretch my spirit animal. I like that. I'm going with that. Hey, all right, Tretch my spirit animal. All right, look, next verse is the 30th anniversary remixes. So this February, this year, they celebrated the 30th anniversary for 1990.
Womp, womp, womp.
What?
I'm kidding.
30 years and this shit is we're still talking about
it. I'm kidding, goddammit.
Shit. All right, so look, so what they did they remastered the whole album, and then they throw in a whole bunch of remixes at the ending of the album, and there are some, look. And we've talked about it on here before in some of the other episodes, like when remixes happen, you're so embedded into like what the original record was that you're like, this is like so a part of it that I can't even fuck with these. But I was really surprised by how good these remixes are. They open it with the Hip Hop Hooray with the Pete Rock remix. It is not the original Hip Hop Hooray. No.
Which is whack.
No.
All of these remixes are whack.
Why do you hate Pete Rock so much, man?
No. Listen,
he's like one of the most iconic
producers,
DJs.
No, I stand with John here when he said that a lot of the times remixes are like,
yeah, it does nothing for.
That never reaches that original song. A lot of these remixes can
replace
the original song.
I mean that might be blasphemy to some of y'all, but I mean just hear it. So we got the Hip Hop Hooray Pete Rock remix.
Jazz.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Written on Your Kitten, the Q Funk remix is just like it has that funk, that West Coast funk. Written on Your Kitten, Shandy's remix.
It's got that East Coast.
Like hard too. Like I mean, like we're talking like props to Biggie type shit. It's On by the Beatnuts. It's like straight up West Coast Beatnuts shit.
East Coast.
And then we got It's On Sunship at it.
No, see, like I'm. That's why.
Just on the merit of the remixes, not the records that we're comparing it to.
Yeah.
Like, which one of these take the cake, though?
I do like that. Wait, say the names again.
Hip Hop Hooray Pete Rock. Written on Your Kitten, you got Q Funk or the Sean D's remix. And then it's you got Beat Nuts or Sunshine.
All right, get out of here. So Beat Nuts to me is one of my favorite groups, period.
Yeah, I knew right away you were going to lean that way.
But I'm not leaning that way.
What?
I'm not leaning that way.
What?
Peanuts is always been one of my favorite ones.
I'm really surprised. As soon as I saw it, I was like, he's not even gonna listen to him. He's gonna say that's his favorite.
Yeah, and I did. I just heard the Peanuts, and I was like, that's enough.
That's it.
That's it. I don't know. But I heard it this morning because he made me hear him this morning, and I thank God he made me hear him because man, I tell you that Pete Rock one.
It's so good.
And the first three ones.
100. Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Like I can't.
Written on Your Kitten Q Funk remix is so fucking good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's better than the original record. It's better.
And then that other remix is better. Nah, man. Like
I can't deny the original hip hop.
No,
because that's just like that again. That is just so locked in.
Yeah.
But damn, if that was like, I would argue that might be one of P Rock's best.
I could easily listen to that one and the other one and be like, both of them.
They're separate. They're separate records. Yeah. Like I can compartmentalize it.
Yeah. So I have to go with all three of those.
That's interesting. Yeah, me too.
I love the Peanuts, but compared to those three top ones, man, forget about it. And Peanuts is my favorite. You know.
So. I will say the Peanut one. But even like It's On Itself is like some of like Tretch's like most lyrical, tongue twisting shit.
The patterns.
The patterns are so vicious on that record. Like it's just fun to listen to.
Yeah, man. No, I really.
You know what I mean?
And this is the thing too. Real quick, like I know we're already over 5 minutes.
Yeah. We're pushing it.
But real quick though.
Because I got one more and then we're gonna wrap it up.
I can't listen to all the Twista. I can't listen to the whole album of Twista. I can't listen to the whole album of Bone. I can't listen to the whole, but I can listen to the whole album of Tretch.
Okay. I can listen to all three of them heads all day long. But I hear what you're saying though. Yeah. Because there's enough of a breakup of those patterns. And musically, I think they also just kind of like jump around a lot of different genres. Bone has this very straight. It's Bone and Twisted too.
Yeah.
So
not bad, but it's like the whole album is that sound.
Right.
Naughty is every track is a different sound.
I think arguably even fans of Bone and Twister, like they might say like, hey, front to back, top to bottom, I'll listen to the thing. I still believe that a lot of those records are like, these are the songs I like from this album, right? Whereas Naughty, it's play and it's play through. I in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So I hear what you're saying on that.
I'm the same way.
We're gonna wrap it up with one more verses. This is Tretch on the features. Okay, so now we have just Tretch just jumping in on other records, starting with Queen Latifah's "Rough." All right. That's KRS-One.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Right. You got all those cats, and then Tupac's Five Deadly Venoms, which has Apache in it. You got Tretch, and then you've got some of the cats out there from the West Coast, South Central Cartels. What You Saying, which has it has MC8, it's got Spice One, it's got Murder Squad, it's got South Central Cartel, and then Big Pun, and it's just two monster MCs talking sexy time with We Can Do It. And it's definitely a Big Pun Terror Squad record with Tretch in it. Fucking great record.
I go with South Central Cartel.
So I knew right away you were gonna say that, and I'm not gonna argue with you because like each time an MC comes up there, and that beat is fucking beat is so nasty. Yeah. My only thing about So What You Saying,
I think I know what you're gonna say.
It's a stupid ass hook. I like So What You Saying, So What You Saying, but this man
think about farting
before you pass gas or even thinking about farting. So what you saying? So what you say? Why? I'm driving down the street with this shit, man. Thinking about I don't like shit. Thinking about farting.
Listen, man.
Before you pass gas.
That song is amazing, except for that part. And I'm
I hate that. I hate it. But why'd you do it?
But no.
See, and meanwhile, like Queens, like if it ain't rough, like from top to bottom is dope.
See, I like. Okay, so it's South Central and rough for me.
That's how you do it. I'm gonna do South Central, and We Can Do It because there's something about that record. I know. When you hear, you're like, oh shit, Tretch and Big Pun. You wish it was like twins, right? You wish it was just them fucking going.
Yeah.
But this record, like just the way that hook and like the way they singing it, and that's Who's my man on that that's singing? It's man, fuck, what's the name of that guy? Tony Sunshine?
Yeah, Tony Sunshine.
Yo, yeah, we could do it in the middle of the night, girl.
Yeah.
We could do it in the middle of Little Italy.
In the middle of
We hit your girl and your man didn't do diddly. It's so funny. It's no one can do it better. Yo, but it's just a really like cool, chill.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to hear it again, but
I love that song. I love it. But when we're talking about the spitters, what you're saying is the record.
Yeah.
Five Deadly Venoms is tight. Like, I mean, I like a
lot of the MCs that
Apache came in with that.
Yeah, but
Tretch killed it.
But you know,
but it's also like somehow, some way, they've managed to all kind of sound like the same dude in that record.
But like the South Central, everyone
stands out. Like when you hear MC8, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
When Tretch, I heard SC, Jersey got big for SC6.
Yeah.
Like he comes in swinging, dude. But like MC8 comes in swinging. Spice One comes in spitting.
Spice One is one of my favorite.
Dude, he's another slept on MC too.
And a lot of people like, you know,
we're gonna I have one record,
Snoop and everything, and that's cool and everything. You know, everybody from the West Coast, but Spice One.
He created sound patterns that no one's done before,
especially on the West Coast.
I mean, there's one record, and I think I'm going to hold off before I go any further with that, because I think we should probably at some point talk about that record. But like, there's just this patterns, man, that he does that I literally never heard anybody do.
Yeah, no, and
it's hard to even rap along with this shit because he's doing some shit that you've never done.
No, he's got great flows, great sound.
All right, listen, guys, we are definitely over time here, so we need to wrap it up here real quick.
Unfortunately, I wish we had more time because we can go on forever.
I mean, when it comes to like a Naughty by Nature record, we could talk about this shit for all fucking on the ones and twos, cutting in from the future, editing out this era. We had a little thing.
It's like I feel like one of those X-Men from Bishop or whatever.
Cable. Yo, we just want to quickly close out the show. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, share the video. If you like some of the verses, let us know which ones you thought was better. Which album was better? Was the remixes better? What was the feature by Tretch that was nicer? What other songs or artists do you want to hear us talk about on this show?
Yeah, man. Like
comment.
One of my, they didn't write it in the comments, but I'm gonna tell them to write it in the comments. Well, one of our boys wanted for us to hit either Onyx or Ice-T. So that'll be coming down the road. We have another show coming up after this that we already have planned. Maybe a little bit after that, we're gonna have Ice-T or Onyx. So if you guys request artists, songs, whatever, put it on the comments, and we can definitely cater to you and your wants. So this isn't just for us.
We want this to be an interactive show. We want you all to get involved. So just let us know how you feel about it.
Yeah, man. And like for reals, like. We love doing this, but we love that you guys are listening.
We appreciate all of the support from everybody that's already listening right now. And if you want to continue to further expand on that, find Johnny Warbucks on Bandcamp. It's a party over here. There's the album I got out there. It's free to listen to.
It's a good album.
If you want to drop some money, I'll appreciate it. But I mean, it's not necessary. I'd rather you just listen to the music.
Just get them some fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Get them some fucking coffee.
Check out those Spotify playlists by Johnny Warbucks. This show we have up right now. You can hear the song. You can hear all the other singles. You can hear the rest of the album, 1993. You can hear the remixes, and then you can hear the stuff that we mentioned in the verses. And then we break down all of the different songs from the samples, followed by the instrumental. And of course, I have a slew of whole other playlists of all sorts of genres, lots of hip hop though. Check it out for us, all right, guys?
Yeah, man. You can find my stuff at Kalashnikov Red, any streaming platform out there. And you also check out our other podcast, which is The Rapper's Corner. That's me and my boy. We're going to just showcase local heads and underground rappers and put their stuff out there so they can, whatever they feel comfortable sharing, then the world can listen. We really love hip hop, as you can tell. We do this. I got this other one. So hip hop is our game, man, and we're gonna do this for basically we die. You know,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, I think next month, man, we're going to do a little something different. I think we should open up a different chamber of the podcast. But I'll say this, it's not going to be a record. It's not going to be an album. It's still going to be about records and albums. It's going to be about rappers. And
it's going to be overall hip-hop.
Yeah, it's hip-hop in general. Let's just say that it's something that, instead of it being something that you really heard, it's something that maybe a lot of us have recently seen.
Yeah, boy, yeah. Also, putting this out there, as you can see, we're starting to venture off, starting to do some new things here. And for our other podcasts, it's not just we're getting, local heads. I'm talking about if you do apparel, like urban apparel that you associate it with hip hop, if you do art that associates it with hip hop, if you do a magazine that associates it with hip hop, it doesn't just have to be rappers, and it doesn't have to just be producers. It could be anybody associated with hip hop. And the same with this. What we cover is going to be always associated with hip hop. So
you got a hip hop podcast and you want to talk about your show on our show? We'll do that too, man.
Most definitely, man.
I mean, we'll check it out and we'll plug you as well, man. It's all love. Love is love. Hip hop is universal now.
Yeah, man.
Let's keep it going, man.
All right, guys.
So we out, bro?
Peace out. Yes, we out.
Hey, man, we out. We'll see you next month, all right?
Peace.
Peace.